There comes a time in every life when the weight is too heavy, the silence too loud, and the pieces of your heart, your dreams, your confidence, seem scattered all across the floor. A time when you don't just feel tired, you feel broken. And let me tell you something, if you've ever been there, you are not alone. Life has a way of knocking each of us down, sometimes harder than we thought we could bear. The storm shows up uninvited, and suddenly the bright future we imagined feels like it's been shattered into fragments. But here's the first truth you must understand: broken does not mean finished. If you take nothing else from this talk, take this. Being broken is not the end of your story. Being broken is the place where your greatest rebuilding can begin. The nature of brokenness. You see, life is built on seasons. There is the season of planting, the season of harvest, the season of waiting, and sometimes the season of breaking. That season doesn't arrive to punish you, it arrives to shape you. When something breaks in you, it feels like a curse. But in reality, it may be the greatest invitation of your life. It is an invitation to discover what you are truly made of. Think of a seed. A seed is useless if it sits on a shelf. But when it's placed into the soil, the outer shell breaks apart. To the eye, it looks like destruction. But in truth, it's creation. The breaking of the shell is the beginning of life. Without the breaking, there is no growth, no fruit, no future. So when you feel broken, don't only look at what's been lost. Look deeper, because something new might be germinating inside you. Choosing your response. Here's a law of life. What happens to us is not always our choice, but how we respond, that part is always in our hands. You didn't choose the betrayal. You didn't choose the illness. You didn't choose the loss, the failure, the loneliness, the collapse of your plans. But you do get to choose what happens next. You can sit among the broken pieces forever, telling yourself the story of what you lost, or you can decide to rise, to gather what remains, and to build something new. Here's the key: you may not be able to put things back exactly the way they were. And that's okay. Sometimes, what was broken is not meant to be restored, it's meant to be rebuilt, and rebuilt stronger, wiser, deeper. The hidden strength inside you. I want you to think about this. Human beings are far more resilient than we give ourselves credit for. We can adapt, endure, recover, and rise again. Consider the body. Break a bone, and when it heals properly, the place of the fracture becomes stronger than before. Isn't that something? The very place of weakness becomes a place of strength. The same is true of the heart and the spirit. The place where you were once broken can become the place where you are strongest, if you let the healing take place. But healing doesn't come automatically. It requires patience. It requires time. And it requires a decision. You must decide, I will not let this break define me. I will let it refine me. Turning pain into power now. Some people never recover from being broken. Do you know why? Because they confuse pain with punishment. They think, this happened to me because I deserved it. But pain is not punishment. Pain is a teacher. Pain says, slow down, pay attention, learn. Pain says, look at what matters most. Pain says, you are stronger than you know. The challenge is not to avoid pain. The challenge is to transform pain into power. And the way you do that is through meaning. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this season? What wisdom is hidden inside this pain? What strength can I carry forward from this breaking? When you ask those questions, the pain doesn't vanish, but it begins to serve you. The importance of perspective. Let me give you a thought. Brokenness is often a matter of perspective. Take glass, break a glass, and you see only sharp edges, fragments, something useless. But take those same pieces and place them in the hands of an artist, and suddenly you have a mosaic, a masterpiece made of fragments. Life can be the same. Alone, your broken pieces feel worthless. But with the right perspective, you can begin to arrange them into something beautiful. Your scars, your wounds, your failures, They can be part of a story that inspires others if you allow them to be. The question is not, why was I broken? The question is, what can I create with the pieces? Finding strength in stillness. Here's another truth when you feel broken. Your greatest temptation will be to numb the pain, to rush past it, to distract yourself with noise. But brokenness calls for stillness. Sit with the pain. Listen to it. Don't drown it out. Because in the quiet moments, you begin to hear the whispers of wisdom you missed before. It's in stillness that you rediscover your values. It's in stillness that you remember who you are. It's in stillness that you realize you are more than your circumstances, more than your mistakes, more than your loss. So don't fear the silence. Sometimes the silence is the place where you are rebuilt. The role of others. When you feel broken, it's easy to isolate yourself. You want to hide. You want to pretend you're okay. But healing often requires community. Think about this. When a bone is broken, it's placed in a cast. The cast is not the bone. It's external support. In the same way, when your spirit is broken, sometimes you need external support. A friend, a mentor, a family member, even a stranger's kindness. Don't be ashamed of leaning on others while you heal. Strength is not the absence of need. Strength is the humility to accept help when you need it most. Step-by-step recovery now. Let's talk practical. How do you move forward when you feel broken? First, acknowledge it. Denial delays healing. Say to yourself, yes, I feel broken, but I will not stay broken. Second, decide to rebuild. That decision is everything. The moment you decide, you've already begun the journey back. Third, take small steps. Don't try to fix everything in a day. Heal one thought at a time. Build one habit at a time. Take one action at a time. Small progress, repeated daily, becomes unstoppable momentum. Fourth, focus on gratitude. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it gives you strength to endure it. Every day, find one thing to be thankful for. Even in brokenness, there is always something to honor. Fifth, keep your vision alive. Don't lose sight of tomorrow. Brokenness blinds you to the future, but lift your eyes. Remember, the night is darkest before the dawn, and dawn always comes. The beauty of scars. Let me leave you with this: scars are not signs of weakness. They are signs of survival. Every scar tells a story that you endured, that you fought, that you overcame. Don't hide your scars. Wear them as proof that you were broken but not defeated. Because someday, someone else will feel broken, and your scars will speak louder than any sermon. They will say, "You can make it, I've been there. I know. And I survived." Final words. So, my friend, if you feel broken today, remember, this is not the end. The pieces can be gathered. The mosaic can be formed. The shell can break so that the seed can grow. Brokenness is not your tombstone. It is your turning point. Stand up. Gather the pieces. Begin again. Because what's ahead of you is far greater than what lies behind you. And one day, you will look back on this season, not with bitterness, but with gratitude. Because you will see that being broken did not destroy you. It rebuilt you into someone stronger, wiser, and far more powerful than you ever imagined.